Organic Moments is a presentation of Alabama Master Gardeners and the Alabama Cooperative Extension System.
Today we're planting a Rabbiteye blueberry. Rabbiteye blueberries are well adapted for all over Alabama, from Gulf Shores all the way up to Fort Payne. They grow well, they need very little fertilizer, precious little insecticide, they just grow well. They do need lots of sun, and they like acid soil. The soil needs to have a fairly low pH. Let's talk about what we need to plant this Rabbiteye. We need a Rabbiteye blueberry, of course. We need a shovel. We need some water. We need pruners, and I'll tell you how we're going to use them in a moment. And we need something to lower the pH. In our case, it's very old sawdust, about 50-year-old sawdust. If you don't have that, and most people don't, go for peat moss instead, or finely ground pine bark. The way I like to plant the Rabbiteye is to first place it where I want it to be, and then score the ground around it, forming a circle that's at least as wide, at least twice as wide, that is, as the root ball of the pot. All with the pot still in position. Then, after I've finished scoring it like that, we can move the pot, and we know exactly where we need to dig. We're digging a fairly shallow hole, but we are making it a nice wide hole. So now we have a hole that's about as deep as our root ball and about twice as wide. The first thing I'm going to do is water it really well. And then I'm going to put some of our sawdust, or in your case, peat moss in here, and a little bit of our native soil. Got a little too much water, but that's okay because it'll soak on through. The other thing blueberries need is well-drained soil, and this soil is well-drained, so it won't take long for it to sink on in. Let's see how we're doing. That's a little deep, because I know I'm going to press down on this blueberry, so I want to have it sitting up nice and high. And then when I mash it down to fit into the hole, then it will be right at the right point. And a little more sawdust. Then we're ready to put it in position. I'm going to cover around it with soil. Audie, move so folks can see what we're doing. And then when I mash it, then it'll be right at the soil line. That'll be exactly where we want it to be. Fill this in with a little more soil. And some water to finish. And then we'll dress it with a little more sawdust. And when I plant this new blueberry, the first thing I want to do is take about a third of the growth off. So I'm going to just take off just a little bit of that top growth to make it easier for the roots to catch up with supporting the foliage. And we're done. Enjoy your Rabbiteye blueberries.